I said, something happened here, really exciting. And I lifted it up, and I said, this had no color, but look at it now. This woman in the pew was... She said, Father, it never had color. There's a pair of pictures in the back of the Sacred Heart and the Immaculate Heart of Mary. A woman from Mosinee came, and this wasn't built. We were having evening nights of recollection at the chapel. I'd have a mass, we'd have a theme, and if anybody wanted to say something, whatever, fine. We'd be there maybe two and a half hours. And this woman came, and she said, Father, she told me about these two pictures. She said they come from my great grandmother's mother in Poland. Well, I figured roughly something like 200 years. And no color. Now, Kathy back here, she was giving me a haircut. The blonde on the end here. She was giving me a haircut at the house. And this woman came, she had a great big bag. And she took them out, and the frames looked like they were 200 years old, I'll tell you that much. And no color whatsoever. Gray, black, white. And I said to myself, I wish they were colored. Me and my big mouth as usual, you know. I wish they were colored, but they're very nice. So I put them in the little bedroom where my mother used to stay, and there's a scatter rug by the bed, and I put them on the scatter rug, leaned them against the bed, and I didn't go back in there until two nights later. I walked in, his halo is glowing, light yellow, the background is colored, his robes have colored, but in him and the Blessed Mother, the same items did not receive color. The eyes, the lips, and the Blessed Mother, the lilies she was holding did not color, and Christ, it was his heart, and Our Lady, her heart too. And when I lifted up our Lord, I thought I heard in my head, finish me. So I got my paints out, and I started painting. Although for the eyes, I said, no brush marks. I took the smallest brush I had, try to see it, you know, really tiny. And I put a drop of paint on the brush, and I held it directly. I had him flat on the kitchen table, and I laid it right over his eye, and when it fell and it went into his eye, it filled the eye. So drop number 2, same thing. I let it fall, went into the eye, and just filled the eye. You go and later, you look at those eyes, there's no brush marks. And to me, I think an angel was waiting just to take care of all that was going to be in there with no fingerprints, nothing. And those eyes are something. They really, wherever you go, they go with you. But anyway, that'll be one item. And like I said, Kathy was giving me a haircut. She saw them in black and white as I did. And then when I showed them to her later, and then this woman came back for an evening mass, and I had touched up the Lord, what he wanted, his eyes, mouth, and his heart. And I said, something happened here, really exciting. And I lifted it up, and I said, this had no color, but look at it now. This woman in the pew was... She said, Father, it never had color. It's been in my bedroom for years. It never had color. And different people will ask me, they say, well, Father, what do you think about that? What do you think that's about? I said, I think very simply, something I said before here. They were happy to come here. And to show their appreciation, they did a self-portrait. And they're beautiful.